I'm Diana Patton, and welcome to Not Feeling Like Myself Sundays. This episode is all about what it is that you're carrying and talking to you about perhaps, the load is a little heavy. Maybe the load that you're carrying is too heavy for you. So, I want to ask you like a really serious question. I want to ask you this question about what are the three things that you've been carrying around that you realize you shouldn't be carrying around anymore? Like, I feel like this, like when I go to the airport and I walk onto the airport with all of this luggage, and I'm the type of person, I refuse to check a bag. I just refuse to check bags. But there are times when you go to the agent and there's an announcement, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. Would anyone like to check a bag? Because you can get that at the bag luggage claim. It's just going to take you a little bit longer to get there. But what it does for you is it lightens your load when you get on the plane. And people just refuse to let go of the baggage. They don't want to let go of the luggage because it might take them a little extra time at the end. But what if that is a strategy for your own life? This message, this video goes out to all of the women who carry so many things for so many people, right? We take on people's issues, we take on people's problems, we carry them around like it's our own problems. And then we wonder why we're so exhausted. We wonder why we can't take it any longer. And I'm going to tell you, there comes a time when you're dealing with perimenopause and menopause where it actually is giving you an invitation, just like the agent that was at the front desk of your getting ready to board saying, I'm happy to take this off your hands. Perimenopause and menopause is saying, I want you to know this is a load that you shouldn't carry anymore. These are the baggages. This is the luggage that you should not carry anymore. And my question to you, are you actually willing to let it go? Okay, so this is a church bell. I am at a place here on Sunday. I am at a Airbnb. I'm outside, and this is a church bell. So that means it's time to go to church. Um, so, anyways, you have to deal with all the different sounds because I'm not in a space or a place where I actually can, keep it quiet. So there you go. Right. That's not the luggage I'm going to carry right now. But I want to share that a lot of us don't realize this. And I'm just going to tell you that before coming on to this live, I was having an argument with my husband. I was literally having an argument with him. We've been married for 28 years, and I'm just going to say it because it's on my heart. Um, we just got into an argument because I'm the authentic power strategist. And for those of you who are coming here live, you get the real me. Authenticity is what I strive for. I'm not here to pretend, fake, or act like I got everything together. It's just not going to happen. That's the reason why you got this background that looked like this. You got the church bells going off. But I just had an argument with my husband, and we were arguing about an issue that I was dealing with that I was not willing to share with him last night. And because I was getting quiet, he was getting quiet. He was getting mad at me for something that I was dealing with. And I needed some time to deal with it. So I told him I needed some time. And then he gets mad at me. So we're just going at it. And I'm literally like, okay, I could act like this and go live and just act like it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. But I also realized that I'm not going to carry this right now. This is luggage that I am not willing to carry with me, and I'm going to let it go. Because you get to a certain point in your life where you have to put this over here, put that over there, and allow your relationships to grow in alignment with what it is you believe is your truth, your peace, your joy, and where it is that you feel like you should be going. All this other stuff, you shouldn't be carrying it. Why? Distractions. These are distractions, and these are getting in the way. And let me tell you something. We got to talk about the science. Because once you start to enter into perimenopause and menopause, your brain is literally like trying to find estrogen. It's literally searching for the estrogen to normalize and get you to feel better. And all of that stress builds up cortisol. And, cortisol is a thing. That is the actual hormonal response to your stress level. And that stress level increases hormones, which then also sends out a fire alarm. It's like literally the emergency units are going out into your body saying, we've got to shut down. Let's preserve everything that's going on and let's figure out a way for us to increase the insulin, right? Increase glucose, increase all of the other areas of your body that cause you to go into dis-ease, because you're not in ease, you're moving into dis-ease, because all of the stress that you're coming from your brain, because it's trying to normalize with the lack of estrogen, and so your body feels tired. And so what you might be thinking is that, oh, I'm just burnt out, or I need to work harder, or I need to do. No, actually, your brain cognitively is trying to function at the same level that you used to. But all of these other issues, they feel heavy. They feel heavy because you used to be able to handle all that because you had the hormone called estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone is like the superpower. It's like the muscle on your body. It's able to be efficient and it's able to help you move through things that were just came easy to you before. And now it's hard. And it's not because you are less than, it's not because you're weak, it's not because you're not so disciplined, it's not because of any of those factors. It's because it's giving you an invitation to say, this is too heavy. You've been carrying it too long. Let's figure out how to let it go. But here's what the issue is, and I'm just going to keep this real. You know what the issue has become? You know what the issue has become? It has become your identity, because your identity is wrapped up in relationships. Your identity is wrapped up in going so hard. Your identity is wrapped up in, I get to like do all these things and be all these places because I'm the go to woman, or I'm the person who gets stuff done. That's what they like to call me. I just get shit done. And when that is not happening, then you start to question, who am I? Like, if I don't have these friends groups, or if I don't go to this place, or if I don't go do this, who am I? And I am telling you, that's the reason why a lot of us high achieving women don't know how to get aligned and become and awaken to who you are supposed to be. And so, even in relationships, like with my husband and the argument that we just had, I'm not in alignment with that. I'm going to own what I need to own, but I'm not going to continue to upset, being argue, and that's not in alignment. It's a distraction. It's too heavy. I'm taking the luggage and I am checking that bag, right? And I might even want to lose it because I don't want that bag, right? And everyone's out here trying to secure bags, or I'm gonna go out and hustle for it, and I'm gonna work all these hours and hustle, hustle, grind, grind, grind. And you think that that's going to get you where you really want to go. And there might be some need for you to get focused and to get clear and to align yourself to that vision. But to the extent that you are hustling and grinding and you're burnt out and you're falling out, and a lot of that could be due to the fact that you're entering into this new stage, what's it all for? What's it all for? Because then you're going to have to think, if I want to get to the next level for my next, I got to hustle and I got to grind and I got to carry all this luggage and carry all the things that are like getting in the way from you being efficient. There's absolutely no way at 58 years of age that I could have, and some of you have been following me, there's no way I could have got on that bodybuilding stage, perform at my peak, carrying a whole bunch of other luggage. I would be so distracted. I would not be able to get into the weight room every single day. I would not be able to get my 10,000, 15,000 steps in every single day. I would not be able to go to sleep for 7 to 8 hours a night. I would not be able to prioritize the food that I need to eat, be around the people that I need to eat, carrying all the luggage that I was carrying. And then people are like, well, how did you do that? Well, I certainly didn't do that trying to pay attention to all these other things. So this is an invitation to you. It's an invitation for you to get rid of some of that luggage and to bypass these problems. And so this is the thing that I want us to think about. I want us to really begin to think about what, and we're going to take this step by step. What are the relationships that you have in your life that you literally know should not be in your life? And whether it's blood, people that you're related to, or people that you're like, oh, I've had this friend since college, or I've had this friend since high school, or we've been friends since grade school, but they're consistently disrespecting you. They're constantly doing things to hurt you. You feel like you have to walk on eggshells with them. Is that a luggage that you want to continue to carry? Which you don't understand, Diana. I have to do this because I've been in relationship for them for so. But isn't that a choice that you're making to continuously be bombarded? And how is that affecting you physically when you are around them? Because there is typically a physical manifestation that happens when you are in situations that are depleting. That is something that we have to think about. So I want you to really think about what relationship luggage? What is the relationship luggage that you need to either check for a moment, like I talked about at the beginning of this live, where you are checking that luggage in and putting it over here for some time, giving it some space, right? Looking at it, examining it. Go through what I like to call the observer effect. Observe the situation. How is this making me feel? How do I want to feel when I'm around the situation? What do I need to verbalize to this person to get it aligned to my heart center? And I want you to think about that in your relationships because you've been carrying it for so long. It's not something you have to carry to your death. And a lot of you are carrying relationship issues to your death. Your mom, your dad, your siblings, your spouse, your children, right? Your cousins, all these things. That's luggage. And it's heavy. And it's heavy. Like, well, I just got to endure this for blah, blah, blah. Or you can actually have the conversation with yourself and with them. So that's what I would do with your relationships. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do after I get off this live and trying to continue to get myself aligned back in mind. I'm going to take a sip of coffee because isn't this a cute cup? Yeah, it's cute. So that's relationships. I think the next thing that you need to look at your luggage is your job, your work, what you do every single day. Because I use this term in our academy called memento mori, and memento mori is Latin for remember you will die. So if we know every single day that we're going to die, like we know this, and you make that a habit of reminding yourself that remember you will die, and that you are a spiritual being having this human experience. And you keep carrying this luggage because it's become your identity called your job, right? This, you heard me earlier say it's become your identity, right? Who am I without this job? I want you to do the same thing that I told you to do with your relationships. Maybe you need to take some space from your job and go through a very serious assessment and analysis about what this job is doing to me. How is it causing me to get further to where I want to be? Am I hustling and grinding and getting burnt out all the time? Maybe perimenopause and menopause is giving me an invitation to look at what I'm doing and seeing, is this serving me? I am 58 years old and I'm in a job that I hate, or I'm doing something that I hate. Why do I keep doing that? Maybe this is luggage I need to check. Or maybe this is luggage that I need to get rid of. The load is too heavy. But because it's become your identity, you can't see all of the amazing other opportunities out here because you've latched yourself to this job or you've latched yourself to this relationship and it's just too much. And I'm giving you the invitation to look at it. I'm not saying you got to leave right away. I'm saying I'm giving you the invitation to take a look at that and say, maybe this is not where I want to be, right? Maybe this is a direction that I need to move in another way. And I'm just going to tell you, when you're trying to move a mountain in your life, you need supporters around you. You need people around you who are already or have been where you want to be, which is another reason why at the age of 58 years of age, I had to hire someone who was already where I wanted to be or who has helped people get to where I want to be. That's called wisdom. That's called alignment. That's called I'm trying to get somewhere. And that's what you have to think about. And because I have to keep this real, because that's what we do in these lives, it could be that your identity is wrapped up in your luggage. Oh, you, like I said before, you love the drama, the chaos, because that's become your identity. And I'm just asking you, I'm giving you an invitation to assess that. That doesn't have to be you. That doesn't have to be you. And someone was like, well, I don't even know the first place to start. I don't even know how to do that. Again, giving yourself space and time to analyze your relationships, to analyze your work, to analyze your mindset. What are you ruminating on and thinking about every single day? I want you to realize that because you are a spiritual being having this human experience, you get the spiritual benefits of this life. And if you're not a studier of spirituality and neuroscience and science in general, you don't realize the power that you actually hold. You have been duped because you spend too much time in the world. You spend too much time looking at what's outside of you as opposed to what's inside of you. And I want to give you an invitation. The invitation is to begin to think that whatever I observe, whatever I look at can shift. It's a study called the observer effect. People in neuroscience and people in quantum physics talk about this, that particles, atoms that are looked at, like if you took an atom and you put it under a microscope and you didn't look at it, it just would sit there. But right when you begin to look at it, it would shift and move to the extent that you moved. Some would call it mirroring, but that's called the observer effect. To the extent you are willing to understand that the situations that you're going through, if you can observe them, look at them, see them, look at yourself in the argument, like I just had with my husband. Look at yourself in the argument and realize how stupid it is. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I am doing that. Why am I doing that? That doesn't make sense. This doesn't serve me well. And because often we are humans, we love patterns. We are patterns. We are creatures of habit. And so, therefore, we repeat the same thing until we observe it, until we start to analyze it, until we start to see it. And I am just telling you, as a woman, perimenopause and menopause is the invitation to shift. A lot of us look at it as my life is falling apart. I can't see my way through this. This is horrible. I have this brain fog. I have weight gain. I have all of these issues, I vaginal dryness, and everybody's talking about all these negative things, which those are real. I'm not saying they're not. But it is an invitation to begin to see your life differently. And that's where the wisdom comes in. That's when you start studying everything that I teach. I teach about what actually is going on. Yes, here's what the science says. But here's a deeper view of it. Let's go deeper. And because we're humans and we see things, we visualize things and we look from the outside in, I thought, yeah, let me do this bodybuilding competition at 58 and let people know what I'm capable of to get your attention. I'm trying to get your attention. I'm trying to let you know that there's something out here for you. And if I can just get because the observer effect that a lot of you are observing these celebrities and observing the motion picture outside of you, and you're not creating your own movie, and you're going to miss out on it. And perimenopause and menopause is the invitation for you to have a new movie. You get to have a new dialogue. You get to have a new situation. Do you want it? That's my question. And this is the reason why I'm going after high executive level women in corporate to talk to you about this. And I realize I've got to build up a lot of like data and conversations with you because no one's paying attention to me on YouTube right now, but they are. It's just observing it and coming to the centrifuge in alignment with you to let you know we're not playing. There are opportunities I want you to grab while you're having this human experience. You are here on this earth to make a difference. You are here on this earth to share the gifts that are already inside of you with the world. And you have a very deep and specific purpose. And as a woman, we go through cycles for us to recognize certain patterns and to create new ones. I need you to recognize the pattern. I need you to create a new one. And this is my invitation to you. And that's what I wanted to share with you today because this load gets heavy. And again, I want to share this with you because this is the book that I have been talking about a lot called The Menopause Brain by Dr. Lisa Mosconi. Again, Dr. Lisa Mosconi, you and I need to be friends. And I would love to talk to you because everything outlined in that book is amazing. And I really believe everybody should pick this up. But more than that, it's important for you to get into spaces and be around people who are talking about this, who are deciding to live a new way. And that's the invitation that I'm having to you because I would love for you to subscribe to this channel. And I would love for us to get to know one another deeply. And I would love for you to comment and share what it is that you learned today. What's one thing, what's one piece of luggage that you're going to put down? Because if you could put down 3 pieces of luggage that you say, okay, this is the year that I'm going to put this down. Okay. You might put down certain habits that you want to put down. You might have certain ways that you think that you might want to put down, or maybe some relationships that you want to put down. Whatever that is, identify it, observe it, see it differently. And that's what I want to hear from you. Lastly, I want to let you know that I've created a AI version of an assessment that I believe will do well for you. It's called the Executive Biology Audit. And it is an audit that will take you through a series of questions to help you analyze what's your energy level, right? How is your nervous system operating under stress and pressure? What identity have you chosen and is it serving you well? And what executive presence are you packaging it up as? Are you reacting and responding to everything in your life? Because I believe that you're not broken. I just believe that you are unregulated and you don't realize that you can regulate yourself. That's the executive biology audit that I would really want you to really learn about, It's free. You're going to get an assessment. And absolutely, am I trying to have you hang out with me? 100%. I mean, what the heck? I mean, I'm not just sitting here doing this for entertainment. I'm trying to create a community. My vision is to get 100,000 women to be in this, to talk to me, to share with me. And we talk, we have dialogue, and we like get somewhere in life. Because I know this is that when you are around people who have energy, who have desires to go somewhere, you go somewhere. When you are around people who don't want to do anything but complain and talk about all the negative things, they don't go anywhere. And you just sit around and talk about nothing. My goal is for us to sit around and talk about elevation, life giving. Stop carrying the luggage that doesn't serve you well. So I just want you to know that this channel, this work, this Not Feeling Like Myself Sundays is to help you understand there's a better way to feel. If you're not feeling like yourself, let's get to feeling like yourself, okay? And maybe the self that you felt like before is the old version. And there's a brand new version of you that can feel better. Why wouldn't you go for that? Oh, I know. I know. Because this over here feels better because you know about it, but it doesn't. So I'm giving you that invitation. Take my executive biology audit. I'm going to be here every single Sunday, whether I have to be outside in Airbnb, sitting in front of a house. It don't matter. I'm going to be here every single 9 a.m. every single Sunday morning for the Not Feeling Like Myself Sundays. And we talk about various episodes. And I would love at some point for you to come live with me, sit with me in community and have conversation with me. Until then, like and subscribe and comment on this video. I would love to hear more from you. I would love to know how you are letting go of some of this luggage and telling yourself that this is just not something you want to carry anymore. Draw the line in the sand. This is your invitation. If you didn't get to the beginning of this video, I would suggest that you actually listen to the whole live and then comment. All right. Thank you so much. And I will see you next Sunday.